Congress gives the nation's farmers an early Christmas gift.
So getting a farm bill is a tremendous success for us and helps our farmers tremendously.
The EPA proposed a new clean water rule, and Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betz will join us with a market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
It was a busy week in the nation's capital as the 2018 Farm Bill Conference Report was passed by both chambers of Congress. Applauded by the American Farm Bureau Federation and other agriculture organizations, the bill includes improvements to risk management tools for farmers and new support for dairy producers. It also includes continued support for specialty crops, strengthened support for organic agriculture, and investments in agricultural research.
Certainty. That's a big word. A lot of people won't understand that, but if you're on the farm and you're trying to decide what you're going to plant next year, now you'll know what the program for that commodity is. You also will go to your banker and say, this is what the Farm Bill provides me in risk management tools, and I'm participating in these risk management tools, which protects his loan and will give me that operating loan. So it gives me certainty that I can continue on and be able to meet my obligations by planting the next crop.
The bill now heads to President Trump's desk for his signature. The Environmental Protection Agency and the Army Corps of Engineers announced a new clean water rule proposal Tuesday. Welcome news to farmers and ranchers across the country.
The three overarching principles that I wanted to ensure are in this proposal are: one, that property owners should be able to stand on their property and be able to tell whether or not they have water that is a federal water without having to hire outside professionals. Number two, that we are clearly defining the difference between a federally protected waterway and state protected waterways. And three, that we are providing the certainty the American public needs and in a manner that will be upheld by the courts. That is why we are closely following the language of the Clean Water Act and the three Supreme Court decisions.
I'm here today with all of the state Farm Bureau presidents at the EPA office talking about the new rule for the clean water. It's really a pleasure to be able to be here, be part of this, understanding that this is what we've been looking for all along. A clear definition to what waters on our farm are considered federal waters or not federal waters. This one here gives us very clear direction on what is what, and it's just a remarkable journey that we've had in fighting for this rule for so many years. The thing is, we're not to the finish line yet. There's going to be an opportunity for each and every one of you to comment on this rule, and we do need your support to comment on this and make sure everyone knows how it affects you on your farm so we can get this pushed over the finish line.
The agencies will take comment on the proposal for 60 days after publication in the Federal Register. More information can be found on the EPA's website.
Succession planning is key to transferring management and ownership of your agribusiness the way you intend. Let us help create a plan that meets your specific needs.
The results from the 2018 Soybean Management and Research Technologies on-farm research projects will be presented at 6 programs conducted around the state in January. Presenters will share how various management practices and products impacted soybean yields and income in the 2018 Smart On-Farm Research Trials. Meetings will be held January 8th in Portland, January 9th in Cairo, January 17th in Owasso, and January 18th in Dowagiac. Meetings will also be held January 22nd and 23rd in Coldwater and Hamilton, respectively. Register by January 4th for the Portland and Cairo locations and by January 14th for all other locations. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz.
Thanks, Janelle. The promised Chinese purchases of U.S. soybeans, as reported at the G20 summit last month, came to fruition this week. The sales are reportedly for the January, February, March shipping period and are primarily out of the Pacific Northwest. The Chinese buyer is state-controlled and has reportedly been mandated to buy a total of 5 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans. While still significant, the Chinese purchase still does not lend itself to an overly bullish scenario for soybeans. The Chinese tariff on U.S. soybeans is still in place and effectively shut off private Chinese purchases of U.S. beans. The South American crop seems to be getting bigger every day, and harvest there is drawing nearer and nearer. Trade, for now, is looking for the rest of the Chinese state purchases to be confirmed and trade negotiations to progress further, as made evident by soybeans falling off double digits after the USDA officially announced the purchase Thursday morning. Still, this is a much more positive trading environment than just 2 weeks ago, which leaves short-term upside potential open. There is still significant carry on the board, which should provide good forward contracting opportunities for beans in the bin, as well as next year's crop. Have targets in place to take advantage of overblown rallies. For more market information, go to michiag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.